lumbar spine and sacroiliac joint. It's not going to be that long. I'm just going to take you through a little series, mainly of mobility and stretching rather than anything else. And hopefully it will give you a little bit of freedom. I'm just going to slip my jumper off because otherwise you're not going to see some of the moves, and then we'll get started. Okay, so it unfortunately is floor based, so if you struggle with the floor, let me know and I'll try and get you something else out, but otherwise it is completely floor based. So to start with, just hands and knees and curl under and arch down, curl up and down, and just getting a nice movement through all of the back and relax down, and one more. Good, and then I'm just going to turn the phone and then just sit back into child's pose, so bottom as far to the heels as you can, arms stretched out, and just stay there for a few seconds. And then come back up, and then sit back again and walk the hands around to the left, keeping the bottom down still, and then around to the right, again keeping the bottom down still, then back into the middle and back onto all fours. Then we're just going to do that again, so sit back into the middle, round to the left, round to the right, back into the middle and up again. Good. Now we're going to come down onto our tummy, arms by your sides, and then you're just going to gently lift up your chest. So come onto elbows if you can, or straighten the arms. If you're feeling particularly flexible, you can bring the arms in as close as you can. So wherever is comfortable for you. Just going to hold up and relax down. Hold up and relax down. And again. Good, just a couple more. If you can, I would say to have some relaxing music, whichever you enjoy listening to, whilst doing this little series, just because it will help us to switch off a little bit towards the end. Okay, this time laying on our tummy, arms out at 90 degrees, pulling your belly button up off the mat, so you're engaging your core, and you're just going to squeeze one side of your bottom and lift the leg up and relax down, squeeze the other side and lift the leg up and relax down. So tummy pulled in, squeeze one side of your bottom and lift the leg up, relax, tummy in, squeeze the other side and lift the leg up. Good, and just really gently alternate those, but you must suck your belly button in whilst you're doing it, because that helps protect the low back. So belly button in, tense the bottom and then lift, relaxing in between each lift. Good, just a couple more. Good, and then whilst we're laying in this position, just bring your foot towards your bottom and you can gently pull it in to stretch it. So if our quads and hip flexors are tight, they'll pull on our pelvis and alter the position that the pelvis is in, and that can increase pain across the low back and sacroiliac joint. If that's really easy, you can lift the knee up off the floor. It depends how flexible you are, and then swap sides. If you can, still suck the tummy in just to protect your low back whilst you're doing this. Good, and then once more on each side. Good, okay, let's come up onto all fours again. And then just arch and sink through your back again. Just to really loosen that up. Okay, and then I want you to take the bottom down to one side, to the middle, and then down to the other. So you're just pivoting through the hips. You won't go very far down, but it just gets a nice little bit of side bend and rotation in. And then we're just going to bring one leg forwards and just push that pelvis forwards just to stretch out the rest of the hip flexor, because again that would impact on your pelvic position. Good. Rock back and stretch the hamstring. So leg straight, and you're trying to get your nose down towards your knee. Good, and then swap sides. So hip flexor first, so lunge forwards. And then rock back, so straighten that front leg. And trying to get nose, so you can see I'm quite stiff, nose towards the knees. A lot of the time when our sacroiliac and low back are hurting, it's because our muscles around the pelvis have become so tight, and this will really help loosen them off. Good, okay, then onto your back. Knees flat. I'm going to take my arms out of the way. Feet flat, sorry. Knees hip width apart, and just tilt the pelvis backwards to lift the bottom off the floor, and then relax. Tilt back and curl the bottom up, and then relax. And again. This isn't meant to be a hard strengthening move, it's meant to be a nice mobility and strength at the same time. So I don't want you to make it harder by lifting one leg off. This is purely to try and calm any of the irritation going on. Good. And another one. Good. This time you're just going to let both knees drop to one side, and then both knees drop to the other. Nice gentle movement, nice and slow, as far as is comfortable. Good, stopping in the middle, pulling in your belly button and you're activating your pelvic floor, and then you're just going to lift one knee up, tap down, and then lift the other leg up. So this is a nice core activator. So the more your core's active, the less load on the back and the pelvis. So just gently lifting each leg. If you want to do more of these, it's feeling quite nice, then by all means just pause the video and do a few more. But remember, just suck in that tummy and pelvic floor, so you're pulling your tummy in as if you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans, and your low back should be in a neutral position. Okay, this time you're going to take the leg out straight and then bring it back in. Let me scoot up so you can see my feet. So you're taking the leg out straight and bringing it back in. Again, you can keep the foot on the floor to make it even easier, or at a low level. Again, keeping the tummy and the pelvic floor active throughout. Again, if you're enjoying these ones, just do a few more. And you don't think you enjoy the slow ones so much, so just make sure you do as many as I do at least. Good. One more on each side. Good, okay, I'm just going to scoot back down again. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to do one more Pilates based move and then one more stretch. So, tummy pulled in still, leg up to 90 degrees, and then you take the leg out to the side as far as you can comfortably go and back in. Tap down, so lift the leg up, take it out to the side, keeping the knee bent to 90 so the whole leg moves from the hip, and then back down. And again, keep everything pulled in whilst you're doing it. So the whole leg comes out, the whole leg comes in, and back down. And again, keeping everything sucked in here. Take the leg out, in and down, up, out, in and down. You may well find that one side's easier than the other. My right leg is a lot easier than my left. Good. One more on each side. Again, if you want to, you can pause and do some more. Good. And relax. Relax everything. And then just one at a time, hug the knee in. You can have that leg straight for more of a stretch. Again, whatever feels comfortable for you. And swap sides. Good. And then both knees in if you can. And just little circles. Just massaging that low back into the floor. And then the other way round. I quite like this one. So by all means, do a bit more again if you'd like.